Okay, today we're going to make a card using this close to my heart typewriter key set. We're going to use the typewriter, and then I stamped the "It's Your Birthday, P.S. Let's Celebrate." There's lots of great sentiments in here for you to use. Okay, so first off we're going to take a cream colored craft base. I'm going to stick a little piece of washi tape inside to try to keep it kind of closed. And we're going to take the CTMH embossing folder that's got typewriter keys on it, and I'm going to use it as a background stamp. I'm going to use some brushed corduroy, and I am just going to put that all over the back. And you want to use the side that has, when you flip it over, the keys are going to go the right way. Because if you use this other side where the keys are bumped, where the letters are bumped up, you're going to have all your letters are going to be backwards. And now we're going to lightly spritz it, just enough to kind of get it moving, but not too much. I sometimes like to hold my embossing folder in the air and do it so that the water can just kind of dissipate in the air. And then you want to make sure that you're flipping your card base front over onto here, and then you're just going to rub. Just going to carefully rub this on here. You of course could put a piece of paper over the top so that make sure your fingers didn't get all inky. But I'm just rubbing, trying to get close to the edge. And then flip it over, and voila! You can kind of tell I got more water down in here, less water through there. It doesn't really matter. It's going to turn out different every single time. And now we're just going to take a baby wipe and just wipe all the excess ink off the embossing folder. And if you can't get it all, I'm probably going to take this to my sink afterwards and give it a nice rinse. And then, so once this dries, we can put our card together. I love stamping with my embossing folders so much because it's such a frugal way to get a background stamp that I actually made little tags for my embossing folders showing what it looked like when I added ink to them. So on one side, I did one side in the embossing folder. So this is the side we use today. And if you see, the other side looks really cool, but all my letters are backwards, which kind of sucks. But they make some great impressions. Oh, this brick one, you can either stamp the bricks or do the opposite with mortar. This one's pretty cool. Or if you want more of a line look. It's just, this way I knew how my embossing folders are going to stamp. The only problem with it is that you most likely will never get a totally crisp image, because in order to get it to move and be more solid, you need more water. But sometimes that means that it leaks outside the lines. But it's just a fun experiment, a fun thing to try out. I love it because it keeps my crafting costs down. Okay, this is almost dry because I tried not to put too much water on it. So we can go ahead and put together the rest of our card. So I took just a strip of green and I wanted to add some texture. So I stamped a little bit of the speckles from the Gorgeous Grunge in some peeled paint. Gave it a nice texture, nice that grungy look. You know, this gives a very grungy look. And in my original card, I had this over here like that. Almost wondering if it wouldn't be cooler to kind of change this up a little bit. Try to get more of this area like this that I really like, because there's a lot less of it on this side of the card. I'll probably place those down. And I already stamped my typewriter in some ground espresso. And we're just going to kind of grunge it up a little bit. We're going to ink the edges. I also figured you probably didn't want to watch me fussy cut this out. It took me a little bit. It's kind of a big image. It's got lots of little details. And we're just going to sponge around the edge with the brush corduroy. Trying to get on all these nooks and crannies. And then I want this to kind of flare up, so we're just going to kind of curl that a little bit. And then I'm also going to ink around the edges of my card. And since I'm going to put my strip on this side, I'm not going to ink it. You're never going to know. Okay. So let's put this card together. We're going to line this up over here. And we're going to put on this piece something like that. It's a little crooked. Actually, I wanted to raise it up a little bit too. So we're going to put that like right there. We can take our scissors and just trim off the top. Now we just need to put our typewriter on. I'm going to use a little foam dimension, and since I want that side to kind of stay up, I'm not going to foam it down. So we're just going to stick a little piece down here. And a couple bigger pieces for the body of the typewriter. If you can't tell, I didn't get a very good impression the first time I stamped that. So you know what I did? I flipped over the paper and stamped it again. That's why there's two sides. Take off the foam tape. Now, in my original sketch, everything was straight, but I liked it a little bit better at an angle. We can't get that to stay upright. So there is our finished card. Here's my original version of it, just on the opposite side. Hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later.